It was October 13th, 2025, a calm afternoon in Nebraska. The crew from 402 Outdoors, a YouTube channel known for its fishing trips and outdoor adventures, set out to revisit a lake from their childhood. Their plan was simple: catch some catfish and film another easygoing day on the water. But what began as a peaceful outing soon turned into something far more unsettling. The video opens on a still Nebraska lake, ropes checked, gear packed, and the boat ready to launch. The water lies flat and glassy, almost too calm. BJ, the host of 402 Outdoors, mentions that this was the same lake where he used to catch monster catfish as a kid. Yet within minutes, things feel strange.
We're having some motor problems. I'm thinking it's spark plugs. Hope you guys can hear me. It's got a little wind. Trying to get bait and just make it somewhere. I don't think we're going to make it. I don't know what to do. The motor's shaking real bad. It's not shaking horrible right now. I think it's misfiring and the spark plugs are something wrong with them. I know we might be able to fit in there. As you guys can see, the motor's shaking pretty good, but no alarms, no nothing. We're going to try to make it up. I'm going to try to get in front of this boat. We're going to hope for the best. Hopefully we don't blow up. Seems to be it with spark plugs. Lots of you guys commented and tried to help out. I thought it was spark plugs. I was hoping it was spark plugs anyway. Motor was shaking real bad, and now we're in idle and it's peeing just fine. It was peeing. There was no alarm or anything, so I knew it wasn't anything super major, but it was shaking a lot. So spark plugs it is. Now we're running good.
As the motor starts, the boat trembles violently. The sound isn't just rough, it's uneven, almost alive. BJ kneels to inspect the cables and spark plugs, but the rumbling only grows deeper, echoing like something tugging from beneath the hull. Assuming it's a bad plug, they make quick adjustments and the motor finally steadies. The group laughs it off, but their laughter echoes unnaturally across the empty water.
Down there, the wind's blowing mainly into this cove right here, so we're going to try to do some drifting, put down the trolling motor. So what we can all do. Alright, right now we're just floating with some jigs. We got a bunch. Oh, we got 4. I got 2 out. Sasha's gonna be using this one. Throw this one this way. Let her drift. Alright.
Put Shamu back in the ocean. Look what I'm wearing!
I know, I saw that.
I finally wear it. It's like not hot as tits. Oh, it's like actually nice.
There you go. Hey! Alright, this is exactly what we're going for. Perfect. Little bait crappie. There's no limit on these, so these are going to be our bait. See if we can get about 10 of those, maybe some big ones. I'm going to shut this, just watch here. Now we're good. See if we can get some more. There's a bunch of fish down there right now. Number 2, a little bit bigger. Not very big. Perfect bait size. Sorry, Nat, you picked the wrong chair. So, we're gonna get these out. You can't get. Having a party back there?
Oh yeah. Just pulled the hamstring.
You got too much junk in the trunk.
These are tiny little crappie. That's why there's no limit, and you can just scan them. Now I had it on side scan, but you can literally just find them with down imaging, and you can go right here, right next to the bank, and those are all crappie. That's what we're going to utilize as bait. As you can see, we're going 5 miles an hour, and the whole thing is just filled with crappie all the way back. That's a lot of crappie. You see all those?
That's insane.
Yeah. What the heck?
That's
He was
tiny.
fighting so much harder. Oh, he's huge. There we go. All right.
Big boys only.
Oh, let me get up.
Stocking up on the bait. Perfect.
Got my pet fish.
Perfect little bait. Got it? Come on. That's the biggest one yet so far.
God, the
You
minute I
replaced
get up here.
Yeah, Nat was barking at him.
Okay, don't get in my bag, Chris. God.
I don't even know if you can get fillets off ones like these, but good bait.
Hello, someone's calling you. Spam.
Oh, he swam all the way. Oh, he's in the anchor line. It's a bullhead.
Bullhead?
Freaking big old bullhead.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah, my bad. That's a big old bullhead.
That's a little baby.
They power up the sonar, scanning the depths below. The screen flickers with movement. Schools of crappie and bluegill swarm near the banks. But every few seconds, a massive shadow glides past, far larger than baitfish, before disappearing completely. They keep fishing anyway. After several missed strikes, they manage to pull up a few small fish, just the right size for catfish bait. Hours pass. The sun climbs high, then begins to sink. The big fish never come. The team decides to move to a friend's private pond near the river, a place rumored to trap catfish after flood season. The air grows heavy as they arrive. The pond is deep, dark, and unnervingly quiet.
Oh yeah, we're doing good. Oh yeah, I haven't hit the board yet. Uh-oh. Woo! Oh,
Wow.
Scotty boy.
You've been playing this on your
Uh-oh.
spare time?
Uh-oh. Oh, that
Wow.
Hate when that happens.
Oh.
go in. Woo, woo, woo.
God damn.
Wait, so if I make
That always
this,
happens. Yeah,
that's 21.
it is. You're right. But I have a chance to throw my last bag.
Oh, 21! Double fisting, I like it.
He had a bad day, so
Oh,
I
and we got Nebraska volleyball too. I forgot about that.
Oh, pizza just for Scotty?
No.
Oh, it's a chocolate chip pizza. He goes mine. He's on there. Got him. Sasher.
BJ and Scotty prep their lines using live bullheads and strips of silver carp. When the baits hit the surface, the ripples fade instantly, leaving the pond still as glass. As night creeps in, they relax on shore, eating pizza, joking, tossing a ball back and forth. Then, without warning, the picnic table collapses, sending food and drinks crashing to the ground. Everyone bursts out laughing, but moments later, a sharp click cuts through the silence. BJ grabs his rod. It's bending hard. Something huge is pulling back.
We got to keep him up.
Get him closer before you ever do it.
Yeah. You hear, Sash? I'm going to keep him up because I don't want him to get snagged, but this is a big fish. Real big fish. I just want to keep him up out of the snags.
That one's way out there too.
And just keep it high. Keep reeling. Yep. There's a lot of snags out there.
Jeez.
Yeah. Just keep him high.
Holy buckets.
And then lean back. Yep, lean back. Just keep him high. And just keep going. Yeah, hold on one sec. Just don't let him go down and get in a snag. Just keep horsing him. Big flatty. Keep going. We got him. That's a 30-something.
Holy crap.
How you feel?
That thing was strong.
Yeah, that dude was feeding. The fall feed is on. Oh yeah. That might hit 35.
I was gonna say 30, 35.
Woo. Good one. Teamwork.
That's a nice one.
I was eating my pizza and that was worth it.
Chucks the pizza, comes down. All right, let's see this guy. Oh yeah. Just got a leaf on him, but that's a fish.
Oh, another one.
Oh, yep, he's gone. So actually, you want to pick that big old bastard yet?
I might have to do that on my knee.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good one right there. Look at that. Is so cool. The marbling, they each got different little marks on them. Look at the tail. That's a big old fan tail.
Holy crap, he's heavy.
What you think, Sasha?
That was worth it. I was eating my pizza and I threw my pizza and ran down. Betsy was worth it.
That is a nice fish right there. Oh no, we didn't weigh him. Yeah. Oh no, come back, buddy. Oh, okay. He ain't coming back. He's lively.
The line tightens. The boat sways. After a tense struggle, a massive catfish, nearly 35 pounds, breaks the surface, thrashing beside the boat. Minutes later, Scotty hooks another one, almost the same size. Two giants in one evening. The group cheers, filming the moment as the sun disappears behind the trees. They pack up satisfied, yet the laughter soon fades, swallowed by the night. The pond grows still again, as if something beneath the surface is still awake. After the video went online, fans noticed odd coincidences. Each time Natalie or Sasha appeared, strange luck followed. Some claimed to hear faint clicking sounds in the background, thinking it was the reels, while others insisted it didn't sound mechanical at all. The footage ends with 2 catfish shown on camera, but neither was weighed, and the crew never returned to that pond again. Was it just coincidence, or did something else stir beneath those dark Nebraska waters that day? December 2024. Along the still waters of the River Thames, adventurer Ed Pratt began a journey few would dare to follow the river from its source to the sea without ever leaving the water. No crew, no backup, just a camera, a kayak, and the pull of the current. What began as a peaceful challenge soon turned into a test of endurance against mud exhaustion and the quiet power of the river itself. Ed started at Thames Head, where the river was little more than damp soil cutting through open fields. The water barely moved, yet he stepped in determined to trace its path. The air was cold and still. Each step sank deeper until the sound of boots faded into the slap of water against his legs.
Aha. Oh, wow. Oh, it's pitch black in there. Okay, I do have a torch, so I'm going to put it on and I'm going to see if I can see to the other end. I'm just hoping it's not caved in. Okay, that looks possible. I just need to get in. Oh, it's a little bit wider there. Woohoo! There's light at the end of the tunnel. It's much deeper through here. Hello. Oh, I'm getting caught to the roof. But we're almost there. Well, that was an exciting start to this mission. That would have been fine if I was just scrambling through by myself, but even with this small bag, that was a struggle. Freedom.
Under the A433 highway, he met his first obstacle, a narrow pitch-black culvert where his flashlight barely reached the walls. The tunnel swallowed his breath, echoing it back like whispers. When he finally emerged, soaked and trembling, he laughed quietly, unaware how many more tunnels lay ahead.
Oh, I just feel every single stone. I need to do something about this, because this is so bad. The base of these wetsuit socks are just not offering any kind of respite from the stones that are just jamming up into my feet. The thing is, I have the sandal base. I should be able to make something work. I was kind of looking at these. These are the straps which came off. I'm wondering if I can somehow tie these around and keep them in place. That's actually pretty solid. I mean, it's gonna wear on the bottom, but it might just about get me through. Stylish. Okay, it's something. Let's see how long these hold up.
Hours later, his sandals gave out the straps torn by clay and current. Forced to continue in thin diving socks, every step cut deeper. Still, he pressed forward, determined not to stop.
Okay, I've come across more swans, and the situation's not good because they've got chicks, and there's a lot of them. They do actually seem to be moving in the right direction now, so I think my best bet is just to keep pushing them onwards. Come on, keep going. Come on, just a little bit further. Okay, that was a hiss. I think my best bet is to maybe try and get up on the bank, let them past, and then continue. This is painful. That's it. Keep going. Keep going. Last one. Right. We're out of here. Patience was key there. Yeah, who would have thought swans would be such a barrier to this mission?
Between long stretches of silence came flashes of life swans gliding past, hissing when he drifted too close to their young. He paused to watch them in the fading light, then pushed on, tracing the Thames through farmlands and quiet villages.
There's a road there. Oh, God. I am filthy. I'm losing the light fast. I don't know how much you can see, but I am in my dry clothes. Don't ever take it for granted. Well, my food is somewhat hydrated. I mean, I think anything would taste great at this point in time, but oh yeah, it's got a bit of spice to it as well. So guess how far I've travelled today? Bearing in mind that yesterday I made it 3.5 miles and I started like halfway through the day. Today I've had all day to make progress and I've pretty much been moving all day. Guess how far I've gone? Yeah, 4 miles.
By nightfall, he had covered only a few miles. He camped on the muddy bank, wrapped in a bivy bag, the damp chill sinking into his bones. The current whispered beside him, steady and different. At dawn, the water deepened. In Ashton Kane's,
You rejoin me on this mission halfway through this tunnel, crossing my fingers that the exit isn't obstructed at the other end.
Oh no, it looks like it gets narrower. Oh, come on, Ed. You okay? Yeah, I'm good, thanks.
I didn't realise I had an audience.
Oh, well done.
I just want to make sure you made it.
Wow.
he crawled through another tunnel, narrower and darker than before. The space was barely big enough to breathe. His camera scraped the ceiling as he dragged himself forward. When he finally emerged, streaked in mud, sunlight felt unreal. Villagers spotted him, this stranger, crawling from their canal, and instead of alarm, they offered warmth, coffee beans, and shelter. One woman told him, "If you get into trouble, come back here." Her kindness stayed with him long after he left. Beyond the village, the river changed. Vegetation-thickened water turned brown with silt, and the air carried the smell of rot and chemicals. His third water test confirmed it, nitrates and phosphates rising fast. The once pure headwaters were already tainted. By day 3, Ed reached Cricklade, his body numb and clothes stiff with clay. Waiting there was Dave, a local who had guarded his kayak. A handshake, a hot meal, and a warm bed marked the end of the walking stage, but not the end of the journey. Hundreds of miles still stretched ahead toward the sea. Viewers later debated what made the footage so gripping. Some said it was the silence, the isolation of one man against nature. Others saw vulnerability, the raw truth of struggle without comfort or control. Even calm rivers, they noted, hide danger beneath the surface. 3 days down the sea, still far away, and the river already changing around him. If this is what the Thames reveals at its beginning, what waits where it ends? Would you keep following the current, knowing it only grows darker the further you go? October 2022.
Danny's got a safe. Look at this, hang on, we just got a safe cracker if you need it.
The items away, and the water went still again. But one question lingered. In early October 2025, along Florida's quiet Gulf Coast YouTuber, Brant from Angler Up with Brant, set out for another saltwater adventure. His channel focuses on fishing and coastal life waves, reels, and patience. This time he picked an unexpected spot to cast his line, the Pensacola Blue Wahoo Stadium.
I'm trying to stay protected. This is our AA baseball stadium right behind us, Pensacola Blue Wahoos. What's interesting about this AA stadium, which is right there, is it provides some really good fishing opportunity. You can see that water is very clear. There's a lot of mullet, a lot of bait down there. And I have made several successful videos here in the past. And you know, I haven't fished out here in a long time. So we're just gonna see what's happening.
The morning sun shimmered across the docks, the water glassy and still, as if waiting for something to disturb its calm. The first day began quietly. Brant baited his hook with half of a blue crab, hoping to draw something big in. Hours slipped by before the surface finally broke. The rod bent hard, the reel screamed, and a large fish erupted from the water. It was the kind of fight every angler hopes for.
There we go, we got him that time, we got him. We got him. We got him. Don't go under the pier. Don't go under the pier. Don't go under the pier. Tight quarters. Should have thought this through. Don't go under the pier. Oh man, that was like the quickest catch. Come here. Oh, come here. Got him that time. Take him out, y'all. Oh, marina monster right here. All right.
The pull, the resistance, the moment of triumph. The next morning, Brant moved to a bridge overlooking the Gulf, this time fishing alongside his father. The wind roared, cars thundered by, and together they worked in perfect rhythm, cast hook-pull, slowly filling their bucket with fish. But before the trip ended, that peace would break.
Well, this is taking an unexpected turn. So apparently while I was fishing on the bridge, I felt it happen, but I didn't think much of it. I banged my shin up against that bridge, and a piece, like a rock from the bridge, is buried in my shin, and I can't get it out. It's literally up underneath the skin, and I've got to go to urgent care and get them to pull this thing out. It's unbelievable. This is the second trip to urgent care that I've had within the last year. We were wearing the mullet out, got sidetracked. I'm not sure how this happened, but it happened, and I remember when it happened, but I didn't think much of it, and then it started hurting. I'm like, oh man, I can feel it. I can feel a rock in there underneath the skin. It is the weirdest thing.
Here I am. Not how I wanted this day to go.
We're out. Let me show you what was in. I don't know how, guys, I thought a rock was in my leg. I was wrong. That right there is the top dorsal fin of a mullet. How it got jammed in my leg, I will never know, but it sure did. The whole thing buried.
Hours later, Brant appeared again on camera. His tone was calm, yet lined with disbelief as he described what had happened. While fishing, he'd felt a sudden sharp pain in his shin, something he assumed was a scrape from the bridge. The pain grew worse, until he realized something was embedded deep beneath his skin. At the hospital, doctors uncovered the shocking cause. A mullet's dorsal spine snapped clean and buried inside his leg. It had gone so deep, he couldn't see it pressing painfully against the bone. What he thought was a harmless bump had turned into a wound. No one could easily explain how a small fish could strike so precisely, or why it had gone unnoticed for so long. Even among seasoned anglers, few had heard of anything like it. Some dismissed it as a bizarre accident. Others couldn't shake the feeling that something else was at play, that the calm waters of Pensacola have a way of biting back when disturbed. As Brant recovered, the footage from that day continued to circulate online, drawing both fascination and disbelief. Maybe it was pure bad luck. Or maybe, beneath those still coastal waters, something waits silent, unseen, and watching for the next cast to come too close. August 2025, YouTuber Brenton, better known as Fanatic, started what looked like another harmless outdoor challenge, spending one night on a small island off the Florida coast called Raccoon Island. The plan was simple: survive the night with only $75 worth of camping gear from Walmart. It was supposed to be fun, one tent, a few friends, and a camera. But silence on an empty island rarely stays peaceful for long. At first, everything seemed perfect. They joked, filmed, and called it the best camping spot yet. The tent stood firm on the sand, a small fire flickered beside it, and dinner was just grilled chicken under the fading sunset. Then came the fishing challenge, a heavy-duty rod with a 100-pound line baited with a massive tuna head. As they rowed out to drop the bait, two of them were left behind. No water, no tools, no boat, just the camera and the steady crash of waves. Hours passed. The sky darkened. They talked to keep the quiet away until the reel suddenly screamed. Something massive yanked the line, bending the rod with violent power. Then, just as suddenly, it snapped. A second hit followed moments later, stronger, faster, and again, nothing. Whatever was out there didn't want to be caught. Then the air shifted. The tide began to rise. The first drops of rain hit the sand. Within minutes, everything turned to chaos. The storm slammed into the island.
Oh my god. We're getting hit by a storm. I don't know what size storm it is, but we're getting hit. If we lose our top, that's not good. I'm gonna lay this way to try and pull us back. God, I hope it doesn't start raining. This is bad news. Things aren't going as planned. I did not anticipate the tent collapsing, but the tent has collapsed. If it starts raining, we're done for. We are done for. This is not good. This is not good news. We've been through this before. Jamal and I have been through this pretty bad, actually.
Spreading the tent and flooding their camp. The fire vanished instantly, gear soaked as rain poured down. The footage turned frantic, shaky lights, shouting voices, the roar of wind over crashing waves. They tried to call for help, and somehow one voice answered Paul. He had left the island hours earlier and didn't even know how to drive a boat. Yet he came back. The last thing the camera showed was a faint light approaching through the storm before the screen went to static. When the video went live, viewers noticed odd details. Paul had been posting on Snapchat during the supposed rescue. One comment asked if he was filming, who was driving. Another pointed out that their gear looked untouched afterward, as if the storm had never happened. By morning, everything was gone. The tent destroyed, the footage incomplete, and the rescue clip never seen. Whatever happened that night on Raccoon Island, only the storm knows. December 2024. On a frozen lake in northern Minnesota, Naspelts ventured out alone to capture another ice fishing expedition. His channel was built on the belief that nature could challenge him but never conquer him. Yet that night, the storm had other intentions. The forecast predicted clear skies, but the wind was already howling across the ice. He set up camp in near silence, his breath crystallizing as he worked. Gusts slammed into the tent with nearly 90 kilometers per hour of force, bending the metal poles until they groaned. Inside, the tiny heater fought to stay lit. Speaking to the camera, he admitted this might be the harshest weather he had ever faced. Beneath, the thick ice life still stirred, and he was determined to find it.
There we go. Feels like a walleye. Yeah, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. Target species acquired after going through a few smallies and a few rock bass. It's nice to finally catch the target species. All right, buddy, get you right back. Tonight is turning out to be a beautiful night. Sun just went down, snow's starting to pick up a little bit, and the fish are biting. Not much more I can ask for. I'm gonna rig this guy right back up and keep on fishing. That's what I was worried about. That right there. That wind came out of nowhere. I knew it was gonna be a little windy tonight, but that was just terrible. It's snowing pretty good out there right now. All the snow that we had earlier today is getting just blown all the way down the lake. I think it's a real feel of negative 15 right now. By the morning, it's gonna drop down to negative 37 degrees Fahrenheit. It's gonna be a cold night, and it is gonna be a windy one. I think it's gonna snow for another 3 or 4 hours tonight, if not a little bit more. So we are definitely in for an adventure tonight. I'm just gonna get relaxed, get everything ready. I just bolted down the tent, so not too worried about the weather.
One by one, fish emerged from the holes. He drilled a massive rock bass, a shimmering walleye, and finally, a 27-inch giant. The tent shook violently as the wind screamed outside its roar, nearly drowning out every sound within. Later that night, he sat cross-legged beside the weak heater, eating a cold sandwich while snow piled over his shelter. The fabric walls flexed with every gust, as though the storm itself were breathing. He called it beautiful chaos. Most would have called it something else entirely suicidal.
It's 3 o'clock now. I think this is officially the worst weather I have ever ice camped in. It seems like it's getting worse. I've checked 4 different weather apps I have on my phone. All of them say 26-mile-an-hour gusts. This is definitely a lot more than 26. I think game plan is make it through the night. If I can have any time tomorrow where the wind dies down, I'm packing up and leaving. I'm about half a mile, maybe a little over half a mile from the launch. Walked out. The only person on the lake right now. Wish the weather apps would tell me it was going to be this bad. I saw a little bit of wind. I mean, I always knew it was going to be, 30 miles an hour, which isn't too bad. Like I said, last night was 46-mile-an-hour winds, and it was nothing compared to this. Still worth it for that big walleye. I want to set the camera back. I'm going to hopefully head back to bed here, and I will see you guys in just a little bit.
By midnight, the blizzard intensified. He reinforced the tent, securing every rope as the ice groaned beneath him. Then from under the floor came a low, muffled thud, too deep to be the wind. For a moment, everything went still. When the video finally went live, viewers were astonished. "No video is worth dying for," one comment read. Others praised his composure, his discipline, his unshakable focus. But everyone understood the truth. This was about enduring a night on the ice that nearly broke him. The next morning, with the storm still raging, he pulled in one last fish. It felt less like victory and more like a warning. If he'd stayed any longer, what might the storm have taken from him? A group of friends set out for a peaceful day of fishing along a quiet river surrounded by calm water and an endless sky. For a while, everything was perfectly serene. Lines were cast, laughter echoed across the shore, and the slow current created an ideal backdrop for a relaxing day outdoors. But that peace didn't last. Out of nowhere, a stranger appeared, determined to disrupt their time.
What'd you say?
You don't own the river. Yeah, not the river.
Oh, I hate it, eh?
Yeah, we'll stay off the property, that's fine. You don't own the river, we're just walking the river.
Where's your car?
Don't get all pissed at us and
Where's your vehicle?
I'm your farm and I might.
Where's your vehicle, mate? It's on the place. I'm going to go and take the driver's license and I'm going to go and get your bloody...
You know, in New South Wales, you're allowed to walk in the water, though.
You can walk
Yeah,
in the water.
yeah.
There's an electric fence up there.
Okay, we'll be careful. Yeah.
We're just walking through the river.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
We will not go on your property.
Is your vehicle down by the river?
No.
Showing you where the car is. Well, I'm going to go find it.
We're not going to go on your property.
Yeah.
But you've got to get to the river through our place and we don't want people...
We've walked far as, like it's way down. Yeah.
Yeah, we won't go on your property. We've been walking up the river the whole time. That's it. We won't get out of the river.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah.
mate.
No, I understand that, you know.
Yeah.
No, I know that, but that's what does happen.
Yeah.
People are arseholes, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
and they've been really dickheads to
Yeah.
deal with.
Yeah.
And that's
What began as a casual, lighthearted outing suddenly shifted into an unexpected confrontation. The group remained polite, explaining that they were only wading in the water and taking care to avoid private property. Still, their explanations didn't seem to matter. The man demanded to know where their vehicles were parked, accused them of trespassing, and warned them about property boundaries and fences. The calm atmosphere dissolved almost instantly, replaced by tension and frustration. Instead of leaving them alone, the stranger escalated the situation, throwing around accusations, making threats and doing everything he could to force them off the river.
Now he's filming now. You want one?
Mate, you'd have been a bit different about the whole thing.
Well, I said you were just want to get on your property. I respect everything. We know what we're doing and we're not doing anything wrong. Look, we're not doing anything wrong. I'll tell you that right now. That's fine.
But I'm not going to make it easy for you either.
Well, that's fine. We'll just keep going past your property.
That's private property as well, and they're not going to be too happy.
No, we're going to keep walking though, in the water. We're just going to keep walking.
Wait, Will.
What had started as a peaceful fishing trip now felt like a standoff that dragged on much longer than anyone expected. Before long, rocks and sticks were being thrown into the water, clearly meant to disturb the fish and ruin their experience. It became obvious some people thrive on destroying others' peace because their own lives feel chaotic. Like venomous snakes, they strike without warning, feeding on the disorder they create. To their credit, the friends stood their ground, insisting they had done nothing wrong and refusing to be bullied off public water. Still, the entire situation was absurd. An ordinary day outdoors had turned into chaos over something that never should have been a problem in the first place. Moments like this reveal a familiar truth. Some people simply cannot stand seeing others happy and at peace. Whether it's resentment, anger, or a need for control, they project their unhappiness onto others, trying to dominate spaces that don't belong to them. Encounters like this are a powerful reminder of how quickly serenity can unravel when tempers flare. So here's the question: what would you have done? Would you stay and continue fishing or walk away to avoid more trouble? And deeper still, why do you think some people feel the need to shatter someone else's peace just to feel better about themselves? A fisherman sets out expecting a successful day on the water. His bait is working perfectly. Fish are striking one after another, and he's landing some impressive catches. But just as everything seems ideal, his peaceful morning comes to an abrupt halt.
I made a switch to a candy bug zimmer swimmer just to see if it made a difference, and it did for that fish. Look how fat this dude is. Look how fat that fish is. Just an absolute football, stuffing his face with white shrimp and crabs. There he is, speckled trout. All right, switch to candy bug. Apparently it's a good one. He's just barely under keeper sized. I'm gonna let him go. Oh, there's a fish. Red, I think. Red, I think, but not a keeper red.
Another boat approaches, and suddenly the calm atmosphere turns into a heated confrontation.
I know y'all can't be back here.
What's that?
Can't be back here. Y'all know that.
Why is that?
It's all private property, dude. You passed the signs up coming in.
Yeah, but it's a bayou. It's navigable.
Huh?
It's a navigable bayou.
I don't give a care what it is. It's private property, dude. I mean, you want me to call wildlife right now?
Yeah, you can call them.
Hey, we got one that's fishing in Bumblebee Bayou, all the way in the back, and refuses to leave. A guy fishing in Bumblebee refuses to leave. All right, I'll get him. You'll get in the mail, I guess. All right. All right, man. Not being a dick, bro, but we pay a lot of money for this right here.
This is navigable. This is navigable. This is navigable bayou. It is. No, I'm not going to your pond. I'm just fishing the bayou. It's navigable. It is. It's not. It's not.
I don't know if you're from here or you're from where. It's not.
Yep, it absolutely is. I'm from.
Go do donuts in your yard because I could go there.
It's navigable. Absolutely, it's open to the public, 100%.
I promise you.
Okay, well, that's fine. Bill, you got my boat number. Send them in. Send them in. Okay, it's not a problem. I'm not messing with you. I see that. I'm not on the land. I'm staying off the land. It does matter. No, the bayou is not. The land is. Nah. Okay, good.
The strangers accuse him of trespassing, insisting that the water belongs to private landowners. What follows is a tense argument over whether the bayou is public or off-limits. Despite his attempts to explain that it's a tidal navigable waterway, they refuse to back down. The exchange escalates, threats are thrown around, and eventually they leave. Back home, the fisherman recounts the entire ordeal. For people unfamiliar with Louisiana,
Those of you watching from out of town are probably wondering what in the world this could possibly have been about. Well, it's because Louisiana is the only state in the union that doesn't guarantee unfettered access to all tidal water. Because of this, fishermen are regularly harassed and run out of areas that are claimed to be private. Now, I shot this video the day before Thanksgiving, so duck season was open here in Louisiana, but I'm a big believer in not doing anything to interrupt anyone's duck hunt. My view is that as a fisherman, I'm mobile, I can move, a duck hunter can't. They're pretty well set up in that pond, and that's where they're gonna spend the morning hunting. But the nearest pond to the bayou I was fishing is more than 3/4 of a mile away, so I absolutely was not messing up anybody's hunt. The bayou is 8 feet deep, it's tidal, it's natural, and it's obviously navigable. Confrontations like this, though, are all too common along the Louisiana coast, and I've been covering this topic for my 30 years in outdoor journalism. When I was at Louisiana Sportsman, we would often send the state lands office sections of marsh and say, hey, can you figure out if this is public or private, just to see what the answer was. It would often take them weeks to try and make a determination, and often they come back and say, we can't really figure it out, it would have to go before a judge. Now keep in mind, this is for tidal water, not land, which everybody recognizes as privately owned. Unfortunately, confrontations like the one I had are becoming more common in Louisiana as landowners try to flex their muscle and keep people off of the tidal water that runs adjacent to their land. Now, what I encourage anglers to do in these situations is to, number one, be selective about which parish you fish. It's up to local law enforcement, not the Louisiana Department of Wildlife and Fisheries, to intervene in these cases. And some parishes, to be honest, just absolutely hate fishermen. Lafourche Parish, for instance, aggressively prosecutes anglers who are fishing tidal water, and the judges there notoriously side with landowners. Other parishes know this is a hot button issue, so they basically just stay away from it, and they're certainly not going to load deputies onto a boat to go out into the marsh and try and investigate and see what's going on. Number two, be respectful. You never know if the person approaching you is a hothead, and obviously the last thing you want to do is escalate the situation. However, number three is resist being bullied. If you're confident the tidal water you're fishing is open to public access, ask the landowner or lessee to produce paperwork from the state lands office or an adjudication from a judge saying that that water is in fact private. But again, if the situation escalates and there's a threat of violence, leave immediately and call local law enforcement.
the situation might seem confusing, but here, access to tidal waters is complicated. Unlike many other states, Louisiana does not guarantee open access to every tidal waterway. This gap in the law has fueled countless disputes like this one, where anglers are pressured to leave areas that look public but are claimed as private. He further explains that duck season was open, but he had no plans to disturb hunters. The nearest pond was nearly a mile away, and his chosen spot was a deep natural stretch of tidal water. Yet encounters like these are nothing new. Outdoor journalists have reported on the issue for decades, and even state agencies often struggle to determine whether certain waters are public or private. In many cases, the final decision can only be made in court. The fisherman offers advice to others. Disputes like this are becoming more frequent as landowners tighten control over access. Choose your fishing locations wisely. Local enforcement varies by parish, and some areas side heavily with property owners. Always remain respectful because you never know who you're dealing with. And most importantly, don't be intimidated. If you believe the water is public, ask for proof. But if the situation becomes threatening, leave and contact the authorities. This ongoing conflict highlights a broader issue in Louisiana, the clash between private property rights and the public's expectation of free access to waterways. Many anglers believe the law should guarantee the right to fish in tidal waters, while landowners argue that historical property lines give them control. Until clearer laws are written, these confrontations will continue to happen. So what's your opinion? Should tidal waters always remain open to the public, or do landowners have a valid argument for wanting control over what runs past their property? And if you were out fishing and suddenly found yourself in the middle of a situation like this, would you stand your ground or pack up and leave? May 24, 2023, Bimini, Bahamas. On this day, Captain Lauren Landers, known for her YouTube channel that documents life aboard a sailboat, with her cat Mako, set sail once again. Her channel follows a lifestyle far from shore, crossing open seas, diving deep, and swimming alongside sharks. This episode was no exception. What started as another charter into paradise would soon reveal encounters that blur the line between breathtaking beauty and lurking danger. The voyage began, like countless others, calm seas, clear skies, and the promise of shark encounters. Guests gathered on deck, the sails catching the light breeze as Lauren guided them toward the dive site. Beneath the surface, the water opened into a thriving, restless world. It was there that Lauren finally encountered something she had long dreamed of: a juvenile tiger shark.
Good job driving us over here. Honorary Cap Kyle.
Ready? Cheersing to a great trip, and I'm so great to have you guys.
Nicholas says cheers.
And a great crew.
Cheers.
Yeah. Hey, Allie. We're toasting to a great crew and a great...
Alec.
Cheers to you. Cheers if you want to get on this.
Trip dove with these hammerheads twice, and I tried my best to capture the shark's behavior, both being cautious and checking us out a bit. The nurse sharks are always present and are more so in the way and make it a bit harder to focus on the hammerheads. The hammerheads generally make a few passes by before actually coming to check what we have. Sharks are some of the most intelligent animals I have encountered, and it actually takes a lot of effort to get these sharks to stay at a dive site, contrary to what the media says. I hope that these videos can help change your perception of sharks at least a little bit and see them in a more positive light.
It is our last night of our second trip, and we're gonna go out to eat again. We're just all taking hot showers. We just got to the dock. I'm trying to get this thing out of my hair without having to cut my hair. But it was an amazing time, and today the hammerheads are wanting to play so much this morning.
For years, tiger sharks had been her favorite, yet she had never shared the water with one. The young female circled her with curious energy, drawing closer than any hammerhead ever had. Then, as suddenly as she appeared, she slipped back into the deep blue. The hammerheads, however, stayed. Massive and methodical, they carved wide arcs around the divers before gliding closer, cautious and deliberate. Nurse sharks drifted lazily across the sandy bottom, weaving through the scene and clouding the view, while the hammerheads passed again and again, each turn a silent, unspoken test. Later, the wreck of the Sapona rose from the shallow depths, its concrete hull fractured by time and storms. Once a vessel used for war and smuggling, it now lay silent, reclaimed by coral and fish.
The Sapona shipwreck sits in 15 feet of water south of Bimini. It is a concrete ship, formerly a part of a fleet during World War I. It was completed at the end of the war and sold for scrap to a developer in Miami Beach, and then sold to a British war captain and liquor merchant located in Nassau. This captain moved the Sapona to Bimini, and it was used to distribute liquor during the Prohibition era. In 1926, the Sapona ran aground, and it was then used as a bombing target to train U.S. fighter planes during World War II. It is now a popular tourist site, and rightfully so, as this wreck truly shows the beneficial impact that artificial reefs can serve. Hundreds of fish and marine life call this wreck home, and it is one of the most beautiful sights to snorkel in the area.
The stillness of its hollow structure stood in stark contrast to the living sea around it, a powerful reminder of how quickly the ocean takes back what was once its own. For Lauren, encounters like these are simply part of life at sea, but for others, the ocean has not always been so forgiving. One viewer recalled how just south of Bimini near Cat Cay, a man diving from a sailboat never returned a bite from a supposedly friendly shark, proving fatal before help arrived. Another mentioned tragedies in both the Bahamas and the Red Sea, where baiting waters brought sharks dangerously close to unsuspecting swimmers. The footage might show calm, controlled dives. Yet an unsettling question lingers. Are these sharks truly as safe as they appear, or unpredictable predators biding their time? Lauren's camera captured undeniable beauty. Hammerheads gliding tiger sharks, slipping silently through the blue, a wreck overtaken by the sea. But as one commenter noted, hammerheads are proof that God exists, and sometimes he says, let's try this and see what happens. Out here between curiosity and survival, the line is thinner than it seems, leaving us to wonder how many stories the ocean keeps hidden beneath its surface. August 28, 2025. The YouTube channel Tifue dropped what may be its boldest adventure yet. Once recognized for dominating the gaming world, Tifue has completely reinvented his online persona. His content is no longer about battle royale victories or live stream highlights. Now it's centered on real-world challenges that sit dangerously close to the edge of chaos. Viewers tune in to witness moments where meticulous planning meets uncontrollable forces, where even the smallest slip can carry serious consequences. This time, the mission overshadowed anything they'd done before. The destination, the Caribbean. The objective, to surf the monstrous waves of Hurricane Erin, a rare Category 5 storm, and face conditions that virtually no one on Earth would dare attempt. At its peak, Erin unleashed winds exceeding 100 mph. Offshore buoys recorded waves towering beyond 30 feet, with sets powerful enough to shatter surfboards or bones without warning.
Bye, Katie. I love you. I'll see you Tuesday.
Jack, are you going to clickbait this storm?
They required for this one. Top 5, top 10 biggest storms we've seen for this area ever. Last I saw was 15 to 20 foot at the place we're going.
You know what? These are all the boards that we need right here. Skim boards, surfboards, body boards, foil boards, ironing boards, water boards in here. All right, Chad, 6 a.m. We're Key Largo, headed to Chub Cay to check in. Then from Chub Cay, we're going to Abaco. It's going to be a ride. We're crossing into the Caribbean Ocean. I don't even think it's a Caribbean Ocean. All right, Chad, we're checking in at Chub Cay right now. Beautiful little island in the middle of the Caribbean.
This wasn't just another vlog. It was a direct confrontation with nature's most primal force. The journey began on Chub Cay, a remote island in the Bahamas. Here, the team fueled their 43-foot boat and meticulously prepared every piece of gear. Surfboards, skimboards, Backup equipment all lined the deck. Around them, other mariners shook their heads, refusing to continue. Local captains warned the waters were already too violent, yet Tifue and his crew pressed forward, determined to reach their chosen break. The crossing was punishing. Towering swells battered the vessel from side to side, each hit rattling both equipment and nerves. At times, the boat pitched so steeply that cameras captured nothing but sky, then nothing but water. They were forced to reroute more than 150 miles around impassable passages. Every extra mile consumed more fuel, thousands of dollars burned just to stay in the chase. Hours later, they arrived at a remote reef break few had ever witnessed, let alone surfed. The ocean roared over the shallow coral shelf, building into steep, chaotic walls of water. Paddling out was pure disorder. Sets climbed 20 to 30 feet high, detonating with thunder across the reef. A single, mistimed duck dive could have ended the mission immediately. Yet amid the chaos, Tfue and his friends caught some of the most spectacular rides of their lives, towering faces, hollow barrels collapsing in seconds. Their footage showed what few surfers ever dare a hurricane ocean briefly mastered. But the price was steep. One surfer smashed face first into his own board, surfacing with blood dripping from his nose and numbness in his forehead, signs of a mild concussion. Another diver speared a lionfish and was stung by its venomous spines, leaving his hands swollen, throbbing, and almost useless for paddling. Despite the injuries, they kept going. Some waves delivered perfection, clean drops and open barrels that shot them into daylight. Others punished every misstep, slamming them into the reef and leaving them gasping for breath. Boards cracked wax mixed with blood, and muscles burned from the relentless battle against current and chop. By nightfall, exhaustion was etched into every face. Bodies ached, hands blistered, and eyes burned from salt. Yet the mission wasn't finished.
Later.
Is he okay?
Rescue? Get out of here. My face look alright? Yeah, you're alright. Just got nosebleed. Hold on tight. We'll be alright. Lucky to get knocked the fuck out. Yeah, and I'm not paddling out here for that. It's big. And upper half of my body went numb. I couldn't feel my forehead or my face. I might be slightly concussed. Well, I was drowned yesterday. You got almost knocked out and died today. These reefs are no joke out here. There's a dent in the board from his face. Kind of see it. See the wax? My nose, my eye, and my head hurt so much. Just take a nap, man. There's a ton of lionfish.
I saw the lionfish.
Ow!
It stung me. Yeah. It came back on the pole. I didn't see it.
Ow! Get the fuck in the boat.
My finger hurts. Stung me and swam away. Got off the pole.
Scary out there. You see that?
No! Oh.
There's no lifeguard. 2 guys out.
Why?
We run to Fortnite.
Chapo.
Oh! Chapin! Oh! Did your board break? The kid got stung by a lionfish yesterday. Can barely paddle. Paddles out. Breaks his board, third wave. Not having a good time. I'm leaving the Bahamas and there's still waves. We're gonna run 500 miles home. Sucks.
Nice boat, mud though. What are you doing out here, man? You have a pliers on board? I need a pliers, please. You need help or you got it? Right here, I catch a shark right here that's not this big. I came right up. I jack him with my cutlass, send him back. Big.
Oh, is it hotter 2 or 3 times?
Cut the keys with on, buddy.
Yeah, man, take it easy.
Have a good day.
Yeah, man. There's lightning. A lot of lightning. My jacket? Whoa! Nothing beats a Jet 2 holiday. That's all I gotta say. There's lightning everywhere. Andrew just came out that he was gay because he thinks we're gonna die. Oh, damn! Oh my! I got it! I mean, we've been on the boat all day getting our feet, but we finally made it back home, and we're all soggy and ready to go shower.
Captain Alex.
Yeah. How do you feel?
Ready for a nap.
Ready for a nap too. I'm ready for a nap for 3 days. My face still hurts. We had to travel and traverse through the storms and trenches to get here, so. Katie got a cool split for the lightning, huh?
I did.
Yeah. I'm calling an Uber.
15-foot swells still blocked the way home. Every mile of the return demanded unwavering focus. A single wrong turn into a breaking wave could have flipped the boat. Slowly, carefully, they navigated toward port. When the coastline finally appeared, relief mingled with disbelief. They had done what almost no one else would even attempt. Surfing a hurricane isn't just rare, it's nearly impossible. The logistics alone are daunting. Securing a boat capable of surviving the journey, sourcing enough fuel, and navigating channels under storm conditions are hurdles few would attempt. The cost was enormous, thousands spent for a wave that might never appear. Then there's the physical danger. Category 5 surf is no playground. A 30-foot face breaking over a shallow reef can snap a board clean in half. A mistimed drop can hold a surfer underwater until their lungs scream. Injuries aren't just possible, they're inevitable. The footage proved this was no staged stunt. Tifue's crew endured real consequences, a face smashed into fiberglass, a venomous sting that risked infection, a body so disoriented by impact that simple movement was difficult. Each moment revealed the razor-thin line between survival and disaster, and yet, amid the chaos, there were glimpses of brilliance. One wave opened into a flawless barrel with the surfer emerging just before it closed. Another drop carried blistering speed across a towering wall of water. These moments were fleeting, but they defined the mission proof that even within the planet's fiercest storm, beauty could exist. By the end, Tipue and his team earned more than just footage. They returned with bruises, burns, and memories few will ever know. Their survival showcased the resilience of seasoned watermen, but also the truth. The line between triumph and tragedy is paper thin. The Caribbean storm gave them everything, moments of euphoria, waves most will never touch, and a humbling reminder of humanity's insignificance before the ocean's might. The question remains, was it worth it? Would you risk exhaustion, injury, even your life, just for the chance to ride a wave no one else has ever conquered? For Taifue and his crew, the answer was yes. And it left them with a memory destined to stand as one of the boldest chapters ever documented on their channel. On December 1st, 2023, the YouTube channel BlacktipH launched one of its most ambitious expeditions to date, renowned for pushing the limits of big game fishing. BlacktipH has delivered encounters with sharks, marlin, and swordfish that few anglers will ever witness. But this mission was unlike anything they had attempted before. The crew headed to the Red Sea off the coast of Aqaba, Jordan, alongside local fisherman and guide Dr. Marwan. Their objective: capture a Humboldt squid, one of the world's largest squid species, and use it as live bait to lure an even bigger predator. With waters plunging beyond 2,000 feet, this wasn't ordinary fishing. It was a bold experiment in one of the planet's most extreme marine environments. Preparations started early.
Tentacles and send them down. Yeah, we need them as a bait. We're in squid territory. 2,000 rotations. Squid on. Here we go. Big squid, big squid. We're burning up nice and slow as we bring his friends up. Stalling the reel out. You just know there's a battle going on down there. Like, he's getting chased by the other squid and they're gonna try to eat him. It's unbelievable. Oh, he's pulling hard. Look at that. I think someone's trying to eat him.
If it's quiet like this, yes.
We're getting close, 300 rotations.
Okay.
Nice and slow. I got a feeling he's got some friends with him, hey? I know a lot of you guys talk about the electric reels. You think this is cheating, and it is not. Especially for someone that just came out of surgery. This is a very efficient way. We're dropping down over 2,000 feet. There's a lot of water between us and the fish, and remember, it's pulling too. You're not just reeling up. Just reeling up the jig is a lot of work. All right, here we are within 100. Very close. Mono. 80 rotations away. 80 rotations. I see him. Hold on. Oh, that's a giant squid. Come on now. Wow. Look at that. Be very careful.
Send that back again. Hurry up.
What? This thing?
Yeah.
Here, I'll let you do that, right?
Here, I'll do it.
That's unbelievable. Giant squid. Whew. That is such a cool animal. Look at that thing. What a beast. All right, we're gonna send him down live. We're gonna try something crazy. Live giant squid. For swordfish. Dropping down nice and slow. This is crazy. I've never done this before. Here we go. Okay, calm down. Hey, calm down. Oh my gosh, dude, the big one's trying to get me. Look, he's trying to get me. He's like, what are you doing? Hey, stop biting, Hey, what are you doing?
He is killing the small one. Be careful.
Stop biting. Hey. Here we go. Live squid. Get off of him. Hey, stop biting.
Anchoring was crucial. Without it, strong winds and currents would push the boat adrift, making deep water fishing impossible. Using improvised equipment, they secured their position and set up custom squid jigs with bright underwater lights. Beams of green and multicolored light sliced through the depths, designed to attract squid from the darkness below. They explained the enormity of the task. At depths between 2,000 and 2,400 feet, raising or lowering the line could require thousands of reel rotations. Electric reels weren't a luxury, they were essential. Pulling heavy jigs manually from that depth would be nearly impossible. Hours crawled by. Hands throbbed. Lines vanished into the black abyss. Then finally, resistance. The first squid hit. The reel groaned as the creature fought its way upward. Near the surface, bursts of color flickered beneath the water reds, whites, and iridescent hues. A Humboldt squid appeared, thrashing and pulsing its tentacles, armed with suction cups lined with teeth. Even for veteran anglers, it was both mesmerizing and unsettling. But the goal wasn't to keep it. Instead, they carefully sent the squid back down alive to serve as bait for something bigger. The tension was palpable. Would anything strike? The answer came almost immediately. A swordfish slammed into the bait.
Good.
Oh, bigger fish, bigger one. You know, we're so used to dropping down live, all these stone baits and that. Live squid, rubber band, circle hook, done. 2 for 2. Bigger fish, Marwan. It's a bigger one. I'll catch some more fresh squid. You can drop that down for swordfish.
Yeah.
Big sword.
I hope a good size, yes.
Big size. Open up. You might jump right now.
Okay.
Taking line hard. Oh,
that's big.
Big.
That's big. You got it? You got it?
Yeah, we got him.
Nice. The fight's still early.
Oh, yeah. Taking line hard.
Oh, no, that's small one.
Yeah, that's small.
Yes. But very healthy. See how he jumped?
Yeah, he's taking line good. Look, he's taking line.
He will jump again.
You're going to have to gap this one and listen this one.
First time I saw swordfish jumping twice.
Really?
Yeah, I swear time.
Circle hooks make him jump more.
Josh make them crazy.
Rig, drop down a live squid again. If the swordfish are biting like this, I mean, we might have to come back out here again for giant squid, because if the swordfish are biting, we got to catch them. They're back in mono. Nice fish.
Yes. I got it?
Yeah. Oh, he's wrapped
only with a circle hook.
Look at that. Perfect.
Yes. Oh, good size.
Come on, Marwan. Come on.
Yep. What happened to the tail?
Oh, he got hit by Mako. Look, he got bit. Right here. Wow.
Something follow him?
Someone tried to eat him. Look, there's bite marks all up and down here.
I told
you. No, there was a Mako shark.
Yes,
You're right.
Yes. He was very speedy and very powerful.
All right. You think there's a Mako around?
Yes,
Watch this.
yes.
Here we go. Ready? We don't have wire because it's at the hotel. So we just dropped down a head right there. See if he bites it. But this is, I guess, gonna feed Marwan's family.
Yes. That's a good food.
Very good food. Look at that.
Celebration.
The Mako shark was definitely chasing.
The rod arched, the reel screamed, and chaos erupted on deck. Commands shot back and forth. Let it run. Keep pressure. Hold steady. The team worked in sync, reeling when the fish eased and bracing when it surged. The first fight ended with a juvenile swordfish brought aboard. Though small, it proved the concept. Even a modest predator would devour a Humboldt squid without hesitation. But the day was far from finished. Another strike followed. This time the fish was larger. It dove deep, then burst from the water in explosive leaps. Line peeled away at staggering speed. The battle raged on every surge, testing both the tackle and the angler's endurance. When the fish finally neared the boat, the crew noticed something alarming: scars running along its body. Distinct bite marks revealed it had already been attacked, likely by a Mako shark before it ever hit their line. By day's end, multiple swordfish had been landed. Each time the bait returned, shredded tentacles, torn eyes, missing flesh ripped apart. The evidence was undeniable. Deep below, unseen predators were feeding in the darkness, leaving only remnants behind. This expedition showcased the brutal predator-prey hierarchy that defines the deep sea. Humboldt squid, feared in their own right, became prey the moment they were sent back alive. Swordfish, swift and powerful, eagerly consumed them. Yet even swordfish bore scars, reminders that they too were hunted. The Red Sea, with depths exceeding 2,000 feet, remains a frontier. The scars on the swordfish and the mangled squid bait spoke of relentless battles below, conflicts beyond the reach of cameras or fishing lines. What surfaced was only a fragment of the story. The true scale of life and struggle beneath remained concealed. For the crew, using live squid was an experiment, but it provided a rare, raw glimpse into how predators interact in their natural habitat. It was a scene few will ever see, a real-time chain of survival captured on film. By nightfall, the expedition concluded with swordfish on deck and squid baits torn apart. The evidence spoke volumes. Humboldt squid are irresistible prey. Swordfish are formidable hunters, and even they bear the marks of larger foes. The journey left the crew with lingering questions. If juvenile swordfish can consume massive squid, what giants roam deeper still? For Blacktip H, this was more than fishing. It was proof that the ocean's mysteries remain unsolved, and that every expedition reveals only a fraction of the eternal struggle unfolding in the darkness below. September 9th, 2023. The brave wilderness crew, led by Coyote Peterson, embarked on one of their most perilous missions, about pushing limits. From painful sting tests to close encounters with deadly animals, the channel's goal has been to bring viewers face to face with nature in ways that are educational, authentic, and undeniably intense. Their latest expedition into Australia's Northern Territory was no different. Their target, the Adelaide River, a notorious stretch of water known around the world for its massive population of saltwater crocodiles. These aren't just big reptiles.
There he is.
Above the surface, at least 5 more lurked below, unseen. Violent display of the deadly force saltwater crocodiles command. With a bite force of over 3,500 psi, sneaky point, the Adelaide River is no place for humans to push their limits. But not all encounters happen in the wild. Ruled by predators, perfected by evolution, where survival is decided in mere seconds. So the question remains, would you dare stare into the eyes of a saltwater crocodile, even behind a protective barrier, knowing that in the wild, one wrong move means no second chance? For Coyote Peterson and the brave wilderness team, the answer was yes, because their mission has always been to bring people closer to the natural world, even when that world stares back with cold. January 15th, 2023, the YouTube channel Curtis May unveiled one of the most intense kayaking descents ever captured on film. For those familiar with the channel, it's never been about flashy edits or staged victories. Instead, it's dedicated to the brutal truth of whitewater kayaking, where every choice counts, and where teamwork can be the thin line between success and catastrophe. Curtis earned his name running rivers like the Golly Thompson and Mans Creek. Each came with serious risk, but nothing compared to what unfolded in Mexico. On December 18, 2022, Curtis and 5 friends ventured deep into Chiapas to face the legendary Agua Azul. At its heart lies the 5 Kings, a chain of 5 waterfalls notorious among kayakers. For some, they're the ultimate challenge. For others, a nightmare. That day, the Kings would push them further than they'd ever imagined. The morning looked like countless other expeditions, 6 confident paddlers sliding into crystal clear water, spirits high. But by the time they reached the 3rd drop, everything changed. Curtis set up for the descent. Just a few inches too far right, his kayak stalled and was instantly sucked behind the curtain, swallowed by the roar of water and trapped in a deafening void. Inside, the noise was overwhelming. His whistle meant nothing. His voice was drowned out. He couldn't see beyond the pounding water, and his friends had no idea where he was. For 75 agonizing minutes, Curtis fought to get free. He tried repeatedly to push toward thinner seams in the curtain, but each attempt sapped his strength. Behind him loomed a dangerous undercut wall. One mistake could mean the end. Meanwhile, his team scrambled. But 5 boats were already downstream below a 60-foot drop. Only Wesley and Isaac had a chance. They dragged their kayaks back upstream, forcing themselves to rerun a 35-foot waterfall just to reach position. Again and again, they tried to punch through the curtain. They threw ropes. They shoved kayaks forward. Sheer strength against relentless water, nothing worked. Time slipped away. Sunlight dimmed. The situation grew dire. Then Wesley noticed a narrow seam on river right. He drove his kayak through and vanished behind the wall. For the first time in over an hour, Curtis heard a human voice. Wesley's shout pierced the chaos like a lifeline. Exhausted and half delirious, Curtis felt hope surge. He pushed again, this time toward the sound. Moments later, he saw Wesley floating nearby. There was still a chance. With one last effort, he ferried across the crushing current. Wesley blew 3 sharp blasts on his whistle. From outside, Isaac hauled the rope, pulling both men along the undercut wall and back into daylight. Curtis had survived, but survival demanded everything from his friends: their strength, their judgment, and their willingness to risk their own lives. When the footage was released, it stunned viewers across the globe. Many called it one of the most heroic rescues ever seen on YouTube. Some admitted their hands shook watching Curtis disappear behind the falls. Others said the moment he whispered "thank you, I love you," brought them to tears. The rescue was celebrated not just as bravery, but as a lesson in composure under impossible pressure. Viewers noted that teamwork, patience, and refusing to panic were what saved him. Wesley and Isaac were hailed as heroes, men who pushed forward when most would have given up. Others confessed they had never realized how deadly being trapped behind a waterfall could be. The video opened eyes, showing that even expert kayakers can face moments where skill and preparation are the only things standing between life and death. To many, it felt more gripping than any movie, because it was real. No script, no second take, just raw survival captured on camera and witnessed by thousands. In the end, Curtis walked away because his friends refused to abandon him. It was a story of brotherhood in its purest form, risking everything for someone you refuse to lose. Beyond the adrenaline, the Agua Azul descent delivered a sobering truth. Even the strongest athletes are just inches from disaster when the river turns. Skill matters. Preparation matters. But above all, trust in your team can mean the difference between tragedy and survival. Curtis May's channel has always promised the raw truth of kayaking. This time, that truth cut closer than anyone expected. What began as an ambitious run through the Five Kings ended as a rescue for the ages, a story already etched into paddling legend. And as the final whistle echoed, one chilling question remained. How many others have vanished behind curtains like this, their stories never told? On April 17, 2022, the YouTube channel Sailing Nahoa shared another remarkable chapter of their ongoing voyage. Ben and Ashley, along with their 2 young children, had already covered thousands of miles, leaving behind office jobs for a life of global exploration. Their channel isn't about scripted drama. It's about the raw, unfiltered experience of ocean crossings, mechanical breakdowns, long stretches of calm, fierce storms, and the chance encounters that can change everything. On this passage, their route took them south of Sri Lanka, aiming to cross toward the Maldives. It was a course that led them hundreds of miles from land isolated, exposed, and filled with both risks and possibilities. The journey began peacefully. The ocean was unusually calm, so still it resembled a lake, but the quiet revealed a disturbing sight.
So what'd you catch?
Garbage.
More garbage?
Wow. Maybe this is the Great Indian Garbage Patch. I mean, there's some small fish in there, but I don't see any big ones. There's so much garbage around here. I mean, some of it's organic, but a lot of it's microplastics.
I don't think that's very micro. It's like mega plastic. I literally thought I was gonna hit a car bumper. So all morning I've been dodging this garbage line. And sometimes there's big stuff in it. So we decided we better probably go either to the north or the south of it because we're heading west. So we're looking for a favorable boost west. So either south of the line or the north of the line. I'm not sure which it'll be. We'll go figure it out. Well, there's more down there. It's crazy the amount of garbage right here.
In Asia, they have a lot of food in little bags, and then they just tie it at the top with elastic's really tight. Like there's like soup in there or something. But that's what this is. I guess it just gets thrown in the ocean or ends up in the ocean somehow. I don't know. Maybe they just dump the garbage in the ocean. Like they put it in bins and dump it in the ocean. I have no idea. There's footage of that from India. I don't want to blame one particular country, but it's been pretty bad ever since we got down to Indonesia. Philippines was really bad. Thailand was really bad. It's pretty bad. A lot of plastic.
Indonesia. Yep, you can find out where your garbage is from because they write where it's from on it. It's not really hard. It's not a big mystery. Not because he wants to.
We've been driving through garbage for days, daytime and nighttime, and we finally caught a plastic bag last night at dusk. I opted not to jump in dark, so now it's the next morning and we're gonna go for a little swim. Clear the bag, fix our speedometer. The little paddle wheel on the speedometer I think is clogged as well. Anyways, we'll have a quick look, get right back to it.
Kind of freaky though, because they float like about a meter below the surface, so between 2 and 3 feet below the surface. Kind of weird. I've seen flip-flops. So there's still quite a lot of current here, but we're sideways to it, and I stopped us before he jumped in, so we should be able to, not get going too fast. But we will probably be doing about a knot, but he's got his good fins on, so hopefully he can keep up to 1 knot.
Okay, let me know when you're ready. Just let me know when we're like at 0.
Trash stretched as far as they could see. Plastic bags, bottles, and even large chunks of debris drifted endlessly. Ben even joked about nearly colliding with a car bumper. Long trails of waste floated with the currents, forcing them to change course repeatedly. At one point, a plastic bag wrapped itself around their speed sensor. Ben had to stop the boat and dive in to remove it. The bag hovered eerily just beneath the surface at a depth that made it nearly invisible until the last second. Wearing fins, he worked quickly to free the blockage before climbing back aboard. Once cleared, the speedometer spun again and the boat continued westward. But the debris didn't stop. For days they weaved around floating trash, sometimes recognizing labels from Indonesia, the Philippines, and other parts of Asia. The experience was a stark reminder of how far waste can travel carried by unseen currents across vast oceans. Life aboard settled into a slow rhythm dictated by heat and routine. With no wind, they relied entirely on the engine. Ashley calculated fuel consumption carefully. They had already burned through hundreds of liters and would need to ration the rest to make it to the Maldives. The sun was relentless. Days were scorching and nights brought only mild relief. Then came dusk. A small blip appeared on the radar, another vessel. It was a Sri Lankan fishing boat.
Looks like a long liner because he has huge sticks on the front for marking the ends of the long lines. I always hate it when they come and check us out at dusk. Gives me the EBGBs. I don't know why. I have trust issues, I guess. I just feel very vulnerable out here with my family in the middle of nowhere with no gun on board. We would never have a gun on board, by the way. It's so illegal in some countries, you can get the death penalty. Oh, we got inked by squid last night. Absolutely everywhere. We're working through our way through the jerry cans. We've put in 3 40 liters on this side and 130 on the other side. Ashley's been doing her fuel calculations and I think we're good for another 7 days. So that should get us there, no problem. And there's absolutely no wind. I mean, this is what we're looking at. We have wind from our boat moving forward. During the day, it's just excessively hot, excessively. So we try to survive.
It's been seriously scorching hot during the day. It's been epic. We've had amazing sunsets. Here comes another one. But the days, wow, they are hot. Wowzers. It's just kind of like the days fly by and nothing much happens.
Out here in the middle of nowhere, even a single approaching vessel raises tension. With 2 young children aboard, Ben and Ashley were acutely aware of their vulnerability. Out here, there's no quick rescue, no patrol boat, no emergency call that would arrive in time. As the boat drew closer, their anxiety grew. But instead of hostility, the fishermen signaled for a trade. They offered papayas, pineapples, and freshly caught mahi-mahi. In exchange, the Nahoa crew handed over beers and sodas. The trade was clumsy, but sincere. Despite the language barrier, simple gestures bridged the gap. Supplies were tied to ropes and pulled across the water. Smiles soon replaced the initial tension. By the time the meeting ended, Nahoa's galley was stocked with fresh fruit and fish, enough provisions to last for days. The fishermen waved as they drifted back into the vast emptiness of the sea.
Oh, fish. They want cigarettes, Ashley.
We don't smoke. Don't have cigarettes. Never thought of doing that.
Cookies?
I've got cookies and yeah, that's like it. I don't even have good I don't have usually, like, I don't even have junk food really.
Cookies? Cookies! Yeah?
Wasabi peas?
How many? How many people?
6.
1, 2, 3, 4? 6. Okay.
6 beer? We don't need their fruit, those poor guys. They got good fruit, man.
Should we give them Coke too? Coke? Beer?
That's a good trade. They also have that big stick sticking off the side.
The ramrod.
This is the one.
Hello, baby.
Hello, say hi, Willa. Say hi, Willa. Okay, watch out for the shrouds. Do you think you won't lose it, will you?
No.
There's no fish in there. It's pineapple and papaya. No fish?
You have fish?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Say hi to these nice guys. Say hi. Say hi. Whoa, perfect.
So much harder with babies.
Whoa, nice.
Oh, we're worried. We don't want you to lose them here.
Okay, ready? Okay. Yeah, thank you. All right, captain gets 3, 2. Bye, thank you. It's okay? Beer from Thailand. Bye.
The encounter carried weight. The family had prepared for the worst. Piracy is always a whispered fear in these waters, but instead they found generosity. No weapons, no hostility, just a fleeting human connection. For Ben and Ashley, it was proof that most encounters at sea are not threats but opportunities. The endless plastic reminded them of the ocean's fragility. The trade with strangers reminded them of its humanity. And the long, windless days reminded them of the patience and resilience required to cross remote waters with children aboard. By the time Nahoa turned westward again, the sun was dipping below the horizon, and their boat carried not just supplies, but a story they would never forget. The voyage from Thailand to Sri Lanka and onward to the Maldives was full of contrasts. Vast fields of drifting trash, the vulnerability of nights far from shore, and the unexpected kindness of strangers in the heart of the Indian Ocean. And it leaves anyone dreaming of such a journey with a lingering question: if you were days from land with no help in sight and a small boat appeared on the horizon, would you prepare for danger or open yourself to trust? Out here, one decision can define the entire voyage. August 5th, 2021. The YouTube channel 402 Outdoors returned with another river fishing mission in Nebraska. Known for capturing the real side of angling, long hours, missed bites, and victories earned through persistence, the channel once again focused on authenticity over spectacle. This time, the spotlight was on Crystal. After spending months in Hawaii, she was back and determined to take on a new goal, catching a flathead catfish from her local waters. Her mission was clearland, one weighing at least 20 pounds. Anything bigger would be a bonus, but that number was the mark she aimed for. As the sun dipped low over the Nebraska River, preparations began. Rods were rigged, bullhead bait splashed in the tank, and a bow fishing setup stood ready for gar. The goal was set, and the team prepared for a night where every bite could make the difference.
obviously not doing something right.
I'll sneak one in there if you guys don't mind. Where in between which ones?
Anywhere, right?
Okay, I'll give you the honors. What's his name?
Felipe.
Felipe, that's a new one. I like it. All right, Felipe's getting the yeet. Felipe the yeet. Go to work, Felipe. I might go down here for now and let Felipe do his thing. I don't know, maybe I'll bring one. Let me go see what kind of bullhead. This was my biggest bullhead I had out, so I just didn't want to get him snagged right away. We'll let Felipe chill. All right, well, Crystal, what's his name?
Jose.
Is this swimming in the mud? Oh, yep, he's good. Jose be kicking. All right, we're gonna yeet Jose. Good luck, Jose. Go to work. I just bounced it into a deep hole. Jose might do some good work out here. All right, Jose's in a deep hole. Go to work, Jose. Do me justice. What's this one's name? Okay.
Scooby-Doo, right?
Oh, maybe. I don't know. I'm not a kid anymore. I don't watch that. No. All right, Thelma's getting the yeet. Go to work, Thelma. All right, Crystal. Richard. All right, come on, Dick. Old Richie boy's gonna get the yeet. Not bad. Richard's in some depth. Is Richard gonna be the one?
He's the one.
He's the one for you?
Oh my God.
No, don't say that. All right, on to the next one. Using old Big Bertha right here. This is our biggest bullhead now that the sun's going down. Now that is a look, girl. She's putting on some jeans to go.
High-waisted jeans with this wood.
She's going on a firewood search up there and she wanted some jeans. So, oh yeah, walk it, girl.
Sexy and I know it.
All right, go get some wood. The nice gentleman over there told me my clicker was going out and something took it right into a snag. So we're gonna try Big Bertha over here. She's getting some wood. We're gonna do some cooking. Try this up in the deep hole up here. Get that wood, Crystal. This is our biggest bullhead of the night. We're running with Big Bertha. We'll call him Big Bertha. Right where I got snagged last. Awesome. Go to work, Bertha. Don't get snagged. Good luck.
The outing started with a ritual. Each bullhead bait was given a name: Philippe, Jose, Richard, and the largest Big Bertha. Jokes kept spirits high as lines were cast into deep holes where flatheads lurk. Action came quickly. Clickers buzzed, rods bowed, and anticipation filled the boat. But it wasn't the fish they were after. Gar dominated early on, slashing at bait-tearing tails and leaving hooks empty. One bullhead even came back nearly shredded. Adjustments followed, dropping rigs deeper to give flatheads a chance. To stay active, Crystal grabbed the bow and aimed at Gar just beneath the surface arrows flashing under the lights. She came close, almost pinning a carp. Each attempt added tension proof that the night held more than just waiting. But the real challenge was still ahead.
That was close. We're gonna get old Crystal one lathered up on the boat. We're gonna throw him on top of the fire. Y'all are gonna see a Gar catch cleaning. Hopefully topped with a big flatty. Okay, hold on. All right, yep. Oh, right above him. Right above him. He's still right here. They're gonna be sitting in here. We should be able to do some Gar shooting while waiting for a kitty. So when you're bow fishing, you always aim low when it hits in shallow water here. But when it hits the water, it goes like this. So you try to shoot about 2 inches under them. Yep. Crystal getting hangry? The old cheddar wurst. Chef Crystal up in the house. Let's do it. Crystal and the wieners. She's on cook duty. Probably gonna have to cook them on a stick. We really want to try a Gar on the fire too. That's her main objective. Well, that and a flathead. Let's make it happen. Yeah, he's running with it. He was taking it up. Yeah, he's definitely on here. So I'm gonna hand you that. Slowly reel in and then give him like a slight yeet. See the slack coming out? And then swing my way. Yep. Give me yeet. Got it. You got him. Now go slow. Now go slow. See how the line's going out? So I didn't lose the rod. I loosened it way down. So then slowly reel the slack out of it and yeet it just like he did. Now yeet. Got him. Oh, easy, easy, easy. That's a bigger fish.
Yeah, I feel him.
He's way down here. When he's fighting, don't, oh my gosh, that's a flathead. That's a flathead. Oh, he just popped off. Keep reeling, keep reeling. Damn, that was a big flathead. That was a flathead. Oh. That was I would assume that was a flathead. That thing was huge. That was insane. That was a big fish, whatever it was. What do you think of the fight?
Well, I lost.
Fish 1, Crystal 0. That's all right.
We'll get one.
She's got her hot dogs. We got the Gar. Stay tuned. The night's still young. Crystal's gonna lather something up.
We're getting something.
Let's do the damn thing. It's taking it. It's taking it. Got him. I might get this one. Oh, it's a baby Gar.
Oh, yeah.
Yeet. Well, we got 2 Gar for the cook. All right, we're gonna add him to the catch, clean, and cook. Oh. Okay, he just wants to go on fire. Crystal, your turn.
A rod bent hard, and someone called out, "That's a flathead!" Crystal followed every instruction, holding firm, letting the fish run when it surged. The weight was there, then suddenly gone. The hook slipped, leaving only frustration. Another heavy run brought renewed hope, but the hook had folded back on itself, failing to set. "We can't catch a break," the host muttered. For a while, it felt like the night might end without success. Then, just as spirits began to fade, another rod slammed down. This time, there was no mistaking it. The fish tore off with power drag, screaming. Crystal steadied herself as the coaching came. Don't reel during a run-gain line. When it eases, keep the rod bent. Minute by minute, the battle wore on. Flatheads are built for endurance, holding deep surging without warning, testing strength and focus alike. Finally, a broad head and mottled body broke the surface. A flathead catfish, heavy, powerful, and exactly what they had hoped for. In the scramble, the host even drove a hook into his own hand, but the focus stayed locked on the fish. Together, they brought it close and secured it. It wasn't a record breaker, but at nearly 20 pounds, it was the goal Crystal had set her sights on. Cheers erupted, cameras flashed, and the long hours suddenly felt worth it. After photos, the fish was carefully revived, tail held steady in the current until it kicked free back into the Nebraska River. The gyar roasting over the fire had burned beyond saving, but no one cared. The night had delivered the catch they came for.
Keep going. He's taking drag. He's a big fish. Don't now slow down, slow down. Whenever he pulls, you let him do his thing. He's right out here. It's a big fish, whatever it is. Yep, perfect, perfect. You want to keep the rod a little more bowed. Oh, let him go. Yep. He's taking you for a ride. Now reel. So he's going to do like take runs like that. And then you want to keep the rod bowed. Yep, perfect. You're doing great. He's going to be right here in a second. Let him go. He's taking you for a ride. Whenever he takes line out, don't reel. He's going to be right here.
There's a gar right there.
I know. I don't care about the gar. It's a flatty. It's a good flatty. Keep going. Got him. Crystal with a big old flatty. Ow, he hooked me. The hook's in my hand. Oh. Crystal with the flatty. Oh, I'm slipping. Oh boy. Uh-oh. I'm going all the way down. Oh, I'm stuck. Okay, you're gonna have to help me up. Look at this big boy.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, yeah. Awesome. We were just about ready to leave. It's like, let's cook some hot dogs. We were actually over there bow fishing. Oh my gosh, that is a good fish right there. That's what, oh my God. You barely had him. Just grab in and you'll feel where you can go way down here. Just go once. Yep, perfect.
He's so big.
All right, look at that. Was it worth staying the extra couple minutes? Big old flatty. Honestly, for being post-spawn, he's not really banged up. Got one little mark right here, and that's about it. Give me some words.
Oh, it's crazy. Like,
I mean, he's not even super huge, but tell us the experience on the fight. He was literally almost pulling you in.
Like twice.
You were like holding on like, oh.
This trip showed why river fishing is never guaranteed. Hours passed with nothing but gar strikes and empty hooks. Twice the flathead was almost theirs, once lost to a slipped hook, once to a misaligned rig. Each miss chipped away at morale, but persistence kept the mission alive. Technique made the difference. Live bullheads in deep holes offered the best shot. The coaching was simple, but vital. Let the fish run. Keep the rod arched reel only when possible. Repeated throughout the night, these fundamentals separated failure from success. The fight itself was proof of a flathead's power. Even at 20 pounds, it nearly pulled Crystal off balance, forcing her to adapt on the fly. And the careful release showed respect, ensuring another angler might face the same battle someday. Even the side story with gar played a role. They frustrated the night, offered bow fishing opportunities, and ended as charred leftovers. It was part of the trip's rhythm, small setbacks and small victories leading to one unforgettable moment. By the end, Crystal had her answer. The 20-pound mark wasn't just a number, it was a symbol of persistence, patience, and control under pressure. The river had thrown everything at her missed fish, relentless gar-wasted bait, but she stayed the course. And in the final hour, it gave her the moment she had been waiting for. The question is If you were on a Nebraska river, facing hours of gar hits, lost fish, and frustration, would you stay for one perfect fight? For Crystal, the answer was yes, and it gave her a memory she'll never forget. July 24th, 2025, Lake Erie. For Avery Rose and her younger sister Clara, sport fishing is more than a pastime, it's the heartbeat of their channel. From inland lakes to remote expeditions, their content highlights skill, determination, and the joy of life outdoors. But this trip stood apart. For the first time, they would spend a full 24 hours on Lake Erie, sleeping aboard, chasing fish, and cooking dinner beneath the open sky. The day started late. At 6 p.m., 3 hours behind plan, the sisters departed from Port Rowan with minnows, blankets, meals, and a Coleman stove packed tightly. Their goal perch. Using Megalive sonar, they drifted across sandy flats in 12 feet of water. Tiny blips clustered near patches of weeds. The rods bent, and soon the first perch broke the surface, small, glimmering, and quickly released.
All right, everybody, it is 7:50 p.m. The sun's going down. It's probably gonna officially be sunset around 8:15, 8:30. We've got 10 fish in the live well that are good keepers that we're gonna eat. So we're gonna go in shallow, find a sandy little area, beachy area, where we can set up a table and our Coleman stove and basically cook our fish. We gotta clean them, but nothing gets better than fresh fish that is literally this fresh. We got the raptors down back here. We need to get all of our cooking stuff out, including our table, and I'm gonna clean the fish. Claire's gonna set everything else up, like the oil, the pan, get the Coleman going. Let's do this thing. I'm gonna pass you the stuff. What are you doing?
She told me to look at this hat.
You could have looked at it later.
This is what it looks like.
Okay, put it down. Come here. Claire's got the table set up over there in water. We want to do it far away from the boat because Dad does not really trust us. He says,
You guys do it far away from the boat.
So, we're doing it far away from the boat in
So
case
we don't
there's...
explode anything.
Is it pretty deep?
No.
Oh, might have lied. Fillets are all chopped up, ready to go. Cook these bad boys up. We're gonna batter them with the eggs and the catch and cook.
Hey guys, this is my room for the night.
So the Coleman is basically set up. I'm gonna quickly batter the fish. We always eat our dinner way too late when we are on our camping adventures. It doesn't help that we got out here pretty late, but there we go. We don't want the oil too hot, burning, so I'm just gonna put it down a bit. Okay, ready? You're gonna stir that bad boy up. Yummy, yummy, yummy. So we're just waiting for the oil to warm up so we can... You grabbed tongs, right?
Nope.
Did you grab a tong? Please?
What?
Did you grab it?
It's because it's a weird thing at the end of the stick. We forgot plates. We also forgot tongs, so we used these sticks to get it out of the thing.
Literally use sticks.
But this is our perch, and this is our plate. We used it for our eggs.
But we cleaned it off.
Yeah,
Don't worry.
We rinsed it off with water, but
Oh, that's good. That is good. Took us about an hour to try and get everything ready, pictures, cameras, set up the table and everything and clean the fish. So it's pretty dark out, but we got lights. We got lights on the boat. So we're gonna set up the lights up to build our tent. But first we're gonna finish enjoying this nice. As you can see, I'm flashing the boat.
Fish came steadily after that. Some undersized tossed back. Others fat and perfect save for dinner. Laughter mixed with small frustrations, lost hooks, tangled lines, minnows stolen in seconds. Still, the count climbed. By sunset, 10 solid keepers were in the live, well enough for a proper meal. A makeshift kitchen appeared in the shallows. Clara set up a folding table in ankle-deep water while Avery cleaned the catch. The stove hissed to life oil, popping as perch fillets hit the pan. Improvisation became part of the fun sticks as tongs, a porch step as a plate. By the time dinner was ready, the lake was pitch black, the only sound the hiss of oil and something else. Then came the bugs. Clouds of lake flies battered the tents, boat deck, and every exposed surface. It sounded like rain, but wasn't. Clara ducked into her cot under a bug net while Avery laughed through the chaos.
It's not raining right now. Those are bugs. It's actually insane.
Now that we're basically all set up, we're gonna go to sleep. Clara, come over here. Clara?
I don't want to go out of my tent.
No, you just gotta come over and say.
Hole?
Yeah, to Claire's
got a hole down there. What's up?
So yeah, now that we've got everything set up, we're pretty much just gonna go to sleep. We're pretty tired and it's been a long day. We caught perch, we got everything set up. We got everything set up way too late. We got out here probably too late, but it took us a long time to like prepare for everything. Anyways, that's the end of day 1 of our 24-hour challenge. We caught some fish, and then tomorrow morning, once we have everything kind of like cleaned up, tidied up, we're gonna hopefully go walleye fishing, try and catch some fish. Good night. Day 1 of the camping trip is set up. I'll show you kind of more how we set everything up in daylight, because we literally set it up in the dark. But yeah, off to sleep we go.
Okay guys, me and Avery have just woken up. Avery's still just laying in her bed, and then she's gonna get everything organized. But I have decided I'm gonna go for a morning swim because I'm like covered in bugs and disgustingness and just wanna rinse off. Oh my god, it's cold. Yeah. Oh, it's a lot warmer at the end of the day. There's already boats on the water. Look at this disgustingness. All right, GoPro, I'm kind of like fully awake, finally. It's what, like 8-ish, 8 o'clock-ish? And we're gonna try and clean up our bed and then go walleye fishing. Maybe Claire's gonna make some breakfast for us, a couple pancakes or whatever. But first, we gotta deal with our bed. Look at all of the bugs. It's actually so gross.
Clara, why would you rip open all of these bags?
What?
What were you thinking?
What did you say?
You ripped open all of the bags. You shouldn't have tightened them that much.
You can't not rip it open.
Dude. Well, everybody, Claire ripped open all of the garbage bags that had her stuff in it. So I don't even know how I'm gonna do this.
Maple syrup would have been nice, but I forgot it. I got pancakes.
Panclocks. Panclocks.
The footage showed smiles, but the deck was carpeted with wings. Morning arrived gray and heavy with insects. Clara dove into the cold water just to rinse off. Breakfast was late pancakes without syrup around 10 a.m. By then, the sun was relentless, and the rods were rigged again, this time for walleye. Then came chaos. Double hookups, 2 rods bending at once. Nets flew, lines crossed, voices shouted. Keepers filled the well, and then came the unexpected. A flash of silver broke the surface, leaping repeatedly. A rainbow trout rare enough on Lake Erie to stop everything. Netted, hoisted, celebrated the catch of the trip. By noon, the tally blurred perch, walleye, rainbow trout, nearly a full limit in under 2 hours. And with the boat roasting under the midday sun, they packed up and headed home. At the fire pit, the family gathered. Grandma cleaned and deboned spices, covered the fillets, and foil packets roasted over open flames. The walleye was the clear favorite, 10 out of 10, one relative said. For Avery and Clara, the 24-hour challenge ended not on the water, but at home around the fire, with plates passed hand to hand. The video showed skill laughter and victory. Viewers called them role models more skilled than most guys their age. Others praised their independence filleting fish, navigating the lake, camping overnight. But beneath the praise was a thread of caution. One viewer warned, "At night." With the flashlights off, it must be almost pitch black. Another joked about the holy lake flies, comparing the swarm to rainfall. Others pointed out how quickly Erie's currents shift, making drifts unpredictable. On camera, the bugs were comic relief. But with zippers sealed, rods tangled, and visibility gone, laughter could have easily faded. What seems like fun is fragile, when the only light is a single headlamp and water stretches farther than sight. For the sisters, the story ended well. perch sizzling in oil, walleye sealed in foil rainbow trout celebrated under daylight. Yet one comment lingers. Some remember a green mist over Erie. Folklore says it once hid creatures that devoured without warning. It's just a memory, an old tale passed down like the sound of bug rain. Still, it leaves a question. Out on Lake Erie, calm can wear a mask. With lights off, darkness is almost absolute. And sometimes the night brings more than fish. Where should they camp next? And how would you make nightfall safer? Red lamps anchoring farther from shore, or something else entirely. But things didn't go as planned. On May 15th, 2025, Zachary the creator, behind Mr. Uncut Outdoors, headed out on a kayak fishing trip to a lake he'd found using a public mobile app. It was supposed to be a simple day on the water, a chance to fish, unwind, and gather footage for his channel.
Y'all, I got a Karen situation. They hate fishers. They hate people who are getting peace. Okay, can you hear me now? Yeah, I've been heard you. I found this lake on the app. I found it on a mobile app. I found it on a mobile app, meaning that it didn't say, ma'am, I'm trying to answer your question. Listen, it doesn't say any, it's a lot of people that fish here and they post on the app. I can show you the app. It's people that, yes, ma'am. Listen, I'm about to leave. There are no private property signs.
Soon after launching, he realized he wasn't alone. A woman on shore started yelling, insisting that the lake belonged to her family. She claimed it had been built by her father, and therefore no one else had the right to fish there. Zachary stayed composed, pointing out that there were no signs marking the area as private property, no warnings against trespassing, and that the app listed it as a public fishing spot where many others had shared their catches. Despite his explanation, the woman wouldn't back down, turning what should have been a peaceful day into a tense confrontation. As the situation escalated, police eventually arrived. Zachary carefully explained how he'd accessed the lake, showing that he had dragged his kayak down a trail circling the water and launched from an open area without any homes or fences nearby.
Yeah, that's what I was telling her. It's like 10 other houses around this lake, baby girl.
You got property right here. What is that gate going to?
It goes around it's a trail that goes around the lake.
All thing I'm saying is, I know you saying, hey, people post, but like I said, it could no man land. Who knows? But like I said, let's just go ahead and look.
Yeah,
That's
but
all I do is look.
Yeah, and if it's nothing that say I can't be here or no trespassing, no private property, I have the right to be here. If other people be here, and we can walk the whole lake. I've been here since 3 o'clock.
So we got this over here where
that's open, yeah.
Okay. So
and it's trailblazing, but ain't no houses on that side, yeah.
Okay.
And this is where I enter. Yeah, and this is where I be entering. And I dragged my kayak down here and I got on it right there. So her house is on the corner right there.
Okay.
So her house isn't, you can't get to her house, you gotta get on the boat.
Unless you gotta get on the boat to go over.
Yeah, unless you walk through her backyard.
Okay.
He emphasized that he'd been fishing since early afternoon without incident, and that multiple houses surrounded the lake, not just the woman's. The officers inspected the site, noting the public trail, the absence of signage, and the fact that no one could even reach the woman's property without crossing her yard or arriving by boat. Still, with no way to confirm ownership on the spot, they advised Zachary to leave to prevent the situation from escalating further. It was a frustrating outcome for Zachary, and many anglers like him. The question is simple. If there are no signs, barriers, or clear markings, how is anyone supposed to know? A spot is private. This incident highlights a broader issue faced by fishermen nationwide, especially in areas where property laws surrounding lakes and rivers remain unclear. Apps and maps might list a location as public, but nearby residents may claim otherwise. Without proper signage or readily available records, both sides feel justified, and conflicts often end with police involvement. Some believe disputes like this are becoming more common as fishing gains popularity online. With more people sharing their catches and revealing hidden spots, landowners can feel protective or even threatened when strangers show up in places they consider their own. So what do you think? Should Zachary have stood his ground since there were no signs restricting access, or was leaving the smarter choice to avoid a larger confrontation? And perhaps most importantly, if lakes and rivers can be claimed as private without any markings, how are fishermen supposed to know where they're allowed to cast a line? July 20th, 2025, Northern Queensland. Bowie, the creator behind the YouTube channel Fishing, released a video that perfectly embodied the extremes of life on the water. Famous for venturing deep into remote, untouched waters in his small but dependable boat, Bowie launched from northern Queensland with a single goal to track down rare, powerful fish few anglers ever encounter. At first, everything unfolded flawlessly. From above, his drone revealed a breathtaking panorama, an endless horizon stretching beneath a cloudless sky, with turquoise water glistening like polished glass under the rising sun. Each wave rolled with rhythmic precision, rising and falling in a mesmerizing pattern. The coastline slowly vanished from view, and for a brief moment, Bowie felt as though he had the entire ocean to himself. It was exactly the kind of scene his audience expected: raw natural beauty mixed with the pulse of adventure. With ideal conditions and calm seas, Bowie wasted no time. His rod gleamed under the sunlight, every knot and lure tied with meticulous care. It was clear this was second nature to him. Soon his drone detected movement just below the surface, a school of fish darting quickly through the shallows. Lurking silently behind them was the unmistakable shadow of a giant trevally. With expert precision, Bowie cast his line into the frenzy. But the moment his bait touched the water, the school exploded outward like shattered glass. In seconds, the chance was gone. The water, alive with motion only moments before, fell silent again. Only the steady sound of waves remained, and Bowie's quiet frustration.
I think I've disturbed them now. Damn it. I blew that. I kind of just lost where they were. I blew that one big time. Oh, there's some small ones here. Bloody blew that. It's much harder to do this thing solo. See if we can quickly find some other ones.
The perfect opportunity had slipped away. But quitting wasn't an option. Bowie pushed farther from shore, scanning the water for new signs of life. Then came the day's first setback. His drone, his eyes in the sky, lost power. The battery was dead, leaving him without his most valuable tool for spotting fish. With no aerial perspective, he had to rely entirely on instinct.
And these bloody drone batteries die way too fast. I took my own head off. I swear they used to be way better when I got it. Now they die in 15 minutes. Not enough time to get things done out here. Need more time solo, it's a bit hard.
Out here, every mistake cost precious time, and he knew it. Still, he pressed forward. For hours, he drifted from one location to another, casting, waiting, adjusting. The ocean was far from empty. Small sharks circled beneath his boat. Parrotfish drifted past, and trevallies appeared one after another. He landed several, each larger than the last. But Bowie's mission remained the same. He wanted something enormous, the kind of catch that defined an entire trip. Each time he reeled one in, he gently unhooked it, admired its strength, and released it back into the deep. For him, it was never about quantity. It was about the challenge. Then, after countless attempts, his rod jerked violently. The reel screamed as the line tore away with immense force. The boat rocked as the struggle began. Alone in the vast expanse, Bowie leaned back, muscles straining, locked in a fight for control. Every inch of line was a battle, the fish pulling with relentless power as he worked to bring it closer. Sweat-dripped waves surged, and the reel's whine echoed across the water. At last, the fish broke the surface.
On the edge of that reef there, because we were coming in pretty close. There were so many that came out. That was insane. I think this would just be a kind of small GT. This is a P6 setup and he doesn't feel massive on this, so get him up and in before we push up onto this reef. Yeah, I see him. Okay, nice little GT. Man, they fight hard for not like a huge fish or anything. There you go, cute little guy. There you go, got a nice little GT. Definitely not the size.
Another giant trevally, sleek, strong, and unyielding. It wasn't the monster he'd hoped for, but still a worthy rival. Bowie smiled briefly, reminded why trevally are among the ocean's toughest fighters. Then triumph turned to disaster.
And even for their size, they still fight pretty hard. Let's see. I just got the hook in my thumb really bad. Like, really bad. Have a look at that. That's a doozy. Far out. Well, that's probably my day ruined. Well, that right there is not exactly what you want to happen. I don't even know what to do, man. I'm 100 k's by you out.
While removing the hook, it slipped and buried itself deep into his thumb. The pain was instant and excruciating. Blood welled as the metal lodged deep. Alone more than 100 kilometers offshore, Bowie was suddenly in real danger. What had started as a perfect day had turned into a nightmare within seconds. With his hand injured and no easy way to treat it, he knew the trip was over. He needed help. Carefully, he packed his gear and began the long journey home. Every jolt of the boat sent a stabbing reminder of the hook embedded in his flesh. Out there, far from shore, the silence now felt heavier. The beauty of the morning seemed distant, replaced by a sobering awareness of just how vulnerable he truly was. Luckily, fate intervened. On his way back, Bowie came across another group on the water, and among them, someone willing to help. They managed to remove the hook safely, though his thumb was badly torn.
A big shout out to the fellas on the other boat there. Neil, his name was, he jumped on and he ended up forcing the hook through. That's it there. They went all the way through the middle of my thumb. But yeah, that's not a fin gauge hook bite.
Later, Bowie shared an update with his viewers. He was recovering, still eager to fish, but reminded that the sea always demands respect. This experience illustrates the razor-thin line between reward and risk in solo fishing. For hours, Bowie embraced the beauty and excitement of untouched waters, battling powerful fish in a pristine environment. But a single slip turned the trip upside down. His ordeal raises a bigger question for anglers everywhere. How far is too far in pursuit of the perfect catch? Because no matter how skilled or prepared you are, the sea remains unpredictable. Batteries die, schools vanish, accidents strike without warning. Solo anglers shoulder not only the challenge of the ocean, but also the knowledge that help is often hours away. So what do you think was the reward of fishing in one of Earth's most beautiful places worth the accident that nearly ended it? Would you take that same risk and head out alone in search of the ultimate catch, or is the danger simply too great?